Hey everyone, Mercedes Michaels here again. I am hitting out lots of content whilst I feel like I'm in the flow. So I hope you've enjoyed my last videos. This one is about boundaries, drawing the line in the sand, and where are you willing to draw the line in the sand? What is your walk away point? This kind of really ties into self-love and your authentic self. Are these things that you're willing to do? What are you willing to put up with? What kind of behavior are you willing to put up with? How are you accepted to do overtime, etc. at work? How do you allow relationships and love relationships to show up in your life? And where is your internal boundary that says, meh, that's enough and I'm done and I'm walking away? So the more we examine our own internal boundaries and we set them on from a place of just knowing that that's not okay by me, they seem to be a lot better received, or they seem to not be crossed as often. The thing with external boundaries, which is where we have to practice initially, if we're used to being a doormat or whatever, is on the outside, it's like, no, and it can come across quite aggressive. I will not accept this. But this is all part of it. Don't worry. Like sometimes we have to really it's more like a practice in putting them out there. Like once you realize that you may have been walked over, it's really like an external thing, like almost like a barrier initially. So this is a barrier, like something that's pushing somebody away, or a wall that's been built up, or something that keeps your whole entire body safe, but it keeps people away at the same time. Whereas you don't have to completely exalt people or situations from your life if you have strong internal boundaries. Now this comes from knowing thyself. So just playing around with, okay, what is okay for me and what is not okay for me? If something feels like, if you're turning around when someone's asked you to do something and you say yes, but then you're turning around and bitching to somebody else about how that person's asked you to do something, ba-bam, that is you not honoring your boundaries. That is not you exerting your right to say yes. And the most important thing that I learned with boundaries is the words, what makes somebody else's yes more important than your no? Because quite often we let people overstep our boundaries in a way that we're trying to be nice to them, or that we don't want to upset them. So we think that it's actually a positive thing that we're doing, that the only person that we're hurting is ourselves. And quite often, say Sarah asks you to go and buy her something from the shops, and you're so busy, you're packed, you have got assignments, you've got work, you've got children, you've got whatever going on, but you say yes. She doesn't know that you've got all this going on. We presume as humans that everyone else should know what's going on for us. And so Sarah's just like, oh yeah, Mercedes has gone to pick up the thing from the shops for me. She doesn't actually get the chance to really learn where her boundaries are either. So then maybe you throw some resentment towards Sarah. She doesn't understand why. Why is Mercedes all of a sudden being resentful towards me? And then it creates rifts within the friendship. Now this might 99% of the time have the capacity to be an amazing, loving, supportive friendship. But when we let these little things come into play, it can actually really wreck things, because then you want to stop hanging around that person so much, because maybe they're going to ask you to do something else that you're uncomfortable with saying no to. And so yeah, it's just something that I really have learned on the self-love journey, is the importance of boundaries. And it's just like, it can be very, very simple. Start practicing in the mirror. Sit and look in the mirror and imagine someone's asking you a question, and just very firmly, is that question okay with me, or is that statement okay with me? No, I can't. Sorry, thank you. Done. Because then we can still let people in. We don't have to have these big barriers and castles and moats built around us. We can actually let people into our loving space. We can be their friends. We can have great relationships. And they can honor us when we go, no, I'm not okay with that. Or, no, I'm really sorry. I know you were looking forward to doing that thing with me, but I just can't do it today. Something's come up. And this is one of the most important things that you will learn, is boundaries. I am yet to learn boundaries with my daughter. We're working on them a lot. And this guy, because he decides that he wants to sleep on my face. But there are some boundaries that I am willing to let be crossed occasionally, especially with this little snuggle monster. This is my kitty cat Shady. So Shady is the only one, he's the man of the house, who gets to sleep on my face because I haven't created boundaries. All right, well, I hope that was helpful, and I, again, always reach out, comment, like, subscribe, share, all the things that you're supposed to do on the social media. We all know by now what to do. All right, bye from Shady and me. Mwah.